you are all safe and sound at home. I am Miss Glenda, your reading and writing skills teacher for today. For this week, we are going to learn about the different types of claims made in written text. Specifically, here are the objectives that we need to attain at the end of the lesson. First, define the different types of claims. Second, distinguish the claims of fact, policy, and value from the given examples. And lastly, write a sample of your chosen claim and explain its characteristics. Are you excited to start our lesson for today? That's great! Let us have a review first. Who can recall our topic about claim? Let me help you remember that by playing fact or bluff. Here is what you're going to do. I want you to identify whether the following statement describes the definition of claim or not. Say fact if it's true and bluff if it's not. Are you ready? Let us start. A claim is an arguable statement. Is it a fact or a bluff? Correct. This is a fact. This is a basic definition of a claim. It must be debatable with inquiry and evidence. Number 2, a good claim must be broad. Your answer is perfect. This is not a good claim. A claim must be specific for it to help the writer in making his argument precise. Number 3, a claim is a statement that asserts something to be true. It can either be a fact or a judgment. Your answer is, you're right. This is a fact. Number 4, a claim is something that is obvious. Your answer is, you're definitely correct. This is a bluff. If it is obvious, it is not debatable. There is nothing to contest. Therefore, it is not a claim. Number 5, a claim is the main argument in the essay. Your answer is, that's great. This is a fact. A claim is important as it defines the paper's goals, direction, and scope. Since you have aced our review, I am confident that you are more than prepared for our new lesson. Now, we are going to use a technique that a lot of writers use. I'm not going to tell you the name of it just yet, but I will soon. If you guess it, you keep it to yourself for the meantime. First, I will show you 3 different examples. I call them brain, heart, and hands. Your job is to come up with a definition that describes all the examples I have presented, which they have in common. Think of all the answers on your own first. Then, I want you to share your ideas later. Alright? Let's go! I'm going to lead the first 3 examples for each category. First statement, gender equality needs to be strengthened in the academia. I am going to put this under the hands category. Second statement, research studies are conducted to improve human condition. This belongs to brain category. Third statement, Cats is better than Les Miserables and any other musicals. This is under the heart category. Now, it's your turn. In which category do you think this statement belongs to? Success of teaching depends upon the creativity of the teacher. Perfect! This is under the brain category. What about this one? Muntinlupa local government should continue to offer scholarship programs, especially to the poor. I am going to put this under, that's great. This belongs to hands category. Another statement, musical comedy is the best form of entertainment. Where do you think this belongs to? Wonderful, under the heart category. Are you getting the hang of it? Let's continue. Climate change has already become a global issue. This should be under fantastic. This belongs to brain category. Staying with family with a limited income is more valuable than being away earning a lot. I know this one is easy for you. Your answer? I was never wrong. You got it right. This is under heart. Death penalty should be abolished because it does nothing to prevent murder. This belongs to... How wonderful! This is under hands. I want you to look at the table we made. What idea do you have under the brain column? What about under the heart column? Under the hands column? Before you answer that, I'm going to reveal the category for each column. For brain, we are going to call it claim of fact. For heart, it is a claim of value. And for hands, it's a claim of policy. What can you say about the idea under the claim of fact? Right. A claim of fact makes an assertion about something that can be proved or disproved with factual evidence. A claim of fact is a statement about how things were in the past, how they are in the present, or how they will be in the future. A fact claim is not a fact. It only claims to be a fact. What makes it arguable is that the speaker has no direct way of establishing the truth of the claim. What can you say about the idea under the claim of value? Great! You figured it out. A claim of value argues that something is good or bad, or that one thing is better than another thing. Just like in these examples, defending a value claim involves offering a set of criteria for consideration, defending the set of criteria as legitimate, and showing how applying the criteria justifies the claim. Often, value claims are comparative. What can you say about the idea under the claim of policy? A claim of policy argues that certain conditions should exist or that something should or should not be done in order to solve a problem. Perfect answer. A claim of policy is a statement regarding the merits of a course of action. That is why we call it hands. What makes it arguable is that even though people may not be totally certain about the proper course of actions to take, they still must act. To argue in defense of a policy claim is to state that, given what we know now, it's best to act in the manner proposed. What do you think is the title of our lesson for today? Brilliant minds, the different types of claims. Our topic for today is about the three different types of claims, which are claim of fact, value, and policy. As we can see from the given examples, here are the characteristics of each claim, which is also related to the brain, heart, and hands logo we associated them with earlier.
For a claim of fact, it is a type of claim that affirms or asserts that a statement is true or untrue. It argues that the statement is indeed a fact. It may define a particular term and often takes an objective position. For a claim of value, it is a type of claim that evaluates, appraises, or judges an idea. It is also subjective. It may be influenced by the author's religious, cultural, and social values. It may express the author's approval or disapproval of an idea. It can also state whether the author thinks the idea is good or bad, right or wrong, ethical or unethical, or just or unjust. For a claim of policy, it is a statement proposing an action that should be undertaken as a solution to a particular problem. It makes use of words such as should, ought to, and must. It may argue against an already established policy or solution. It aims to convince readers that the proposed solution would indeed solve the given problem and that it is better than the current or any other proposed course of action.
Now that you have acquired the knowledge about identifying the different types of claims, let's enhance it more.
Evaluate whether the statement that I'm going to say belongs to a claim of fact, value, or policy. On your paper, write F if it is a claim of fact, V if it's a claim of value, and P if it's a claim of policy. Alright? 1. Stress causes health problems. 2. Other planets have already been visited by people. 3. Our news is more exciting than basketball. 4. ASEAN integration should be made part of the curriculum. 5. Following healthy diet with enough rest and exercise will make you healthy. 6. Aspins are the most lovable pets. 7. Law is more encompassing profession than medicine. 8. Students should wear identification card anytime, anywhere at Muntinlupa National High School premises. 9. Studies have shown that exposure to violent media is a risk factor for violent behaviors. 10. Marvel Comics heroes are way best comics ever existed and made. Okay, let us check your papers.
For your assignment, I want you to compose a paragraph or article about one area of concern in our society, such as law, health, education, or business. Then, compose the corresponding claim of fact, value, and policy respectively. Share your output with your classmates.
Here is the rubric that will guide your composition.
We are done with another learning activity today. I hope that you enjoyed and learned a lot with me. Until our next learning journey. Once again, I'm Miss Glenda. Bye!